Evening, this is James Quake, and welcome to Level Up. We have a late session this week, and we wanted to get one more in because consistency is key. We wanted to be consistent and concise with our podcast. Today, I was blessed and fortunate to run into my colleague, James Ray. He's an awesome photographer. I ran into him at Whole Foods. Shout out to James Ray. And he's always sending referrals and recommendations for Quake Techs. So QuakeTech's Level Up, one thing that every business needs to evaluate is what is your margins, what is your gross profits and your net profits. A business needs to focus on the net profits, which is the profit margins minus their expenses. Right now there's no more excuses. There are so many free tools out there for a business to level up. Once a business focuses on the profit margins, they can focus on making those margins much better. The way you get better profit margins is getting more lead generation as well as getting more sales. Referrals is a type of loyalty program that allows your business to get higher sales, and you get those higher sales because you have a high conversion rate with your lead generations. With QuakeTech, we build custom software that pushes the envelope with referral networks, loyalty programs, and we do it in a software-based solution that will work on mobile applications. This will allow you to generate more leads for your business, and in return you're going to have higher sales. So there's a lot of myths out there as well when you talk about costs, as well as myths about finance and not having enough money to have the same tools of Fortune 100 companies. The reality of it is there are so many tools out there that are free. You have lead generation tools that are free. You have free CRMs. Those are customer research management programs such as HubSpot. If you can't afford Salesforce, we recommend you use HubSpot. That's a free customer relations management tool. That tool will help you customize forms that can go to your website or your app, and those forms will automatically put the new leads into a database, which is your CRM, that will arrange your customers and business names and have you a lot more efficient, as well as a lot more upperly mobile with the new technology. There are free image editors like Pixlr, pixlr.com. If you have a design team or development team, there are free UX tools. Adobe XD is right now one of the industry standard design tools for user interface. You can have a designer develop a user interface for you, but that designer does not create a interface that's also going to be relevant to what the real world developers would design. So there has to be communication between the developers and the designers, so that the designers will design something that can actually be built in the real world. In the perfect world, a designer would be able to develop whatever they can design, but the reality of it is, without actually talking to the developer, they can make a website or app cost 6 to 7 figures. When they consult with a developer, they can actually bring that cost significantly down if that's the focus. There are also no more excuses about marketing, because there's a free version of MailChimp. It has reduced features as a paid version, but it's enough to get you started and get your sales funnel going. There's a website and a software tool out there called ClickFunnels. And if you can't afford ClickFunnels, which is going to cost a few $100s a month, you can actually use your own sales funnel by using HubSpot, linked to either a landing page like WordPress. There's free versions of hosting for WordPress, as well as there are free themes for WordPress. and you can use your free CRM, which is HubSpot, the free version of MailChimp, and now you have pretty much a jerry-rigged sales funnel. If you can't afford the sales funnel, or if your business can't justify that expense, now you can use your own version of sales funnel. We have a seminar coming up in the fall, which is actually going to be in September. The location and exact date is to be announced, but in September we have a workshop on creating your own sales funnel using free tools. It's going to be a quick text workshop. It's also going to be live streamed. That's a free one. We also have a free basics to WordPress seminar that's going to be coming in September. And then the third one that's also coming up in September, we're having a big mastermind seminar. It's going to be a seminar, it's going to be a webinar. Some of it's going to be live stream because some of the portions of the lessons are going to be paid. With the mastermind seminar webinar, we're going to have different breakout sessions. The big session is going to be drop shipping and affiliate marketing. One thing you want to study the top influencers and users of this technology. Grant Cardone effectively uses this technology to the highest level. Grant Cardone is a very huge social influencer as well as entrepreneur. He's noted as the top sales trainer in the planet. The other guy that we learn a lot from is Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez has a social media marketing 2 class. His social media marketing 2 class is instrumental in demystifying the proper way to market through social media, the proper way to run paid ads and not just boosting posts, the proper way to come up with different techniques so that you can run ads that are effective as well as ads that complement the way that you use social media. There's a lot of science that the different influencers and social media marketers have combined from leaders and experts of the past, and mixing technology, old technology with new technology. Sales funnels have been around for a long time, but doing it now online through websites, this is relatively new. The last thing that was on my mind that I wanted to speak on was on my way from Whole Foods, I saw a URUS Lamborghini, and I want to spell it out because I may not be pronouncing it correctly. The more caffeine I have, the better my diction is. URUS Lamborghini, and that's the one that's slightly over $250,000. So I saw the Lamborghini on the way to home, and after leaving Whole Foods, I was like, that's a cool looking truck, that's awesome. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, when does Lamborghini have sales? When do they have I had a client ask me, what is our drop bottom under the table cost for a mobile app? And I didn't laugh at him, but I understand where he's coming from. But the thing is that our service is just as good as that URUS and Lamborghini. You have to believe as a business owner that your service is just as reputable and just as quality built as a fine sports car. If you're building something that has complicated moving parts and that one person cannot possibly build, then it has a cost attached to that. Quaketex is not a solopreneur company. We have 7 developers in our what I call the front end, and we're building a portal where all of my former students have access to jump in on freelance job. From my last tally, we've had about 100 former students that are still in the industry. So that means that Our back house is 100 developers. The CEGDG, CEGD, which is Chicago Experimental Game Developers, and the vast majority of the CEGD developers are not entry-level developers, but mid-level and senior-level developers who just love to make games. And with that group, when they join the portal, we have over 780 members in that group as well. We can scale to whatever size the project is, and that's the type of business that every company needs to have access to. Every company needs to have access to a back house so that when it's time to scale, you already have vetted, qualified workers, whether they're developers or operations or sales, that can pretty much be activated so that you can scale effectively and rise to the occasion and tackle those bigger jobs. So the URUS Lamborghini is an awesome vehicle. Honestly, I would rather have 3 buildings than the Lamborghini, but that's just me. But that's what QuakeTech is working towards. We're working toward getting our first property in the next 90 days. Things are going well. We have employees. We're scaling. We're growing. We're getting more and more projects. We've built new technology. We have a video game coming out in the fall. So things are growing. Things are going really well. We'd like to hear from everyone. And if you have any specific questions, go to quaketech.com and fill out the form at the bottom. If you go to quaketech.com, fill out the form. If you have any questions on how to scale your business or any free tools, or if you need someone to guide you through the process of making your dream come true with a software solution, whether it's a mobile app, progressive web app, native app, or just a desktop software solution, let us know and someone will reach out to you. We're always looking to have strong value propositions, and we're always looking to give back to the community. I wanted to thank you for listening, and you have a blessed day.